Coming out of the first book of Samuel, chapter 21. Then came David to Nob, to Achish, the priest, and Achish was afraid at the meeting of David, and said unto him, Why art thou alone, and no man with thee? And David said unto Achish, the priest, The king hath commanded me a business, and hath said unto me, Let no man know anything of the business whereabout I send thee, and what I have commanded thee. And I have appointed my servants to such and such a place. Now therefore, what is under thine hand? Give me 5 loaves of bread in my hand, or what there is present. And the priest answered David and said, There is no common bread under mine hand, but there is hallowed bread. And the young men have kept themselves at least from women. And David answered the priest and said unto him, Of a truth, woman have been kept from us about 3 days since I came out, and the vessels of the young man are holy, and the bread is a manner common, yes, though it were sanctified this day in the vessel. So the priest gave him hallowed bread, for there was no bread there but the show bread that was taken from before the Lord, to put the hot bread in a day when it was taken away. Now a certain man of the servants of Saul was there that day, detained before the Lord, and his name was Dog, an Edomite, the chiefest of the herdsmen that belonged to Saul. And David said unto Achish, And is there not here under thine hand spear or sword? For I have neither brought my sword nor my weapons with me, because the king's business required haste. And the priest said, The sword of Goliath the Philistine, whom thou slewest in the valley of Elah, behold, it is here wrapped in a cloth behind the ephod. If thou wilt take it, for there is no other save that here. And David said, There is none like that, give it me. And David arose and fled that day for fear of Saul, and went to Achish, the king of Gath. And the servants of the Achish said unto him, Is not this David the king of the land? Did they not sing one to another of him in dances, saying, Saul has slain his thousands, and David his 10,000s? And David laid up these words in his heart, and was sore afraid of Achish, the king of Gath. And he changed his behavior before them, and feigned himself mad in their hands, and scrambled on the doors of the gate, and let his spittle fall down upon his bread. Then said Achish unto his servants, Lo, you see the man is mad, wherefore then have you brought him to me? Have I need of a madman, that you have brought this fellow to play the madman in my presence? Shall this fellow come into my house? David has now quite taken leave both of Saul's court and of his camp, has forbidden farewell to his altar, other self, the beloved Jonathan, and henceforward to the end of this book, he is looked upon and treated as an outlaw and proclaimed a traitor. We still find him shifting from place to place for his own safety, and Saul pursuing him. His troubles are very particularly related in this and in the following chapters, not only to be a key to the Psalms, but that he might be, as other prophets, an example to all of the saints of all ages, of suffering, affliction, and patience, and especially that he might be a type of Christ, who, being anointed to the kingdom, humbled himself, and was therefore highly exalted. But the example of the suffering Jesus was copying without a blot, that of David was not so. Witness to the records of this chapter, where we find David in his flight.